I was very happy when I opened the animation section, but now, as we've come to the effects, I'm even more happy because we are slowly rounding up the entire basic knowledge we need to have in After Effects in order to start creating interesting animations. Let me start to touch on what are effects, how are they applied, and where to find them. Effects can be applied to any layer, for example, to our woods animation. We have our woods image and we can apply additional effects to it. Effects can be found in different places. On the right side, we most likely have our Effects and Preset panel. Let me drag this up so it's bigger, and here we have the categories in which the different effects are divided up. We can also go to the Effects panel by clicking on Effects and finding our desired effect. As we apply any given effect onto our layer, for example a radial blur, the effect will be opened in the Effect Controls panel for the particular layer. If you, for example, close this by mistake, you can always go back to Window and open up here on the bottom side the Effect Controls panel. The Effect Controls panel is back on, and we have the properties and the parameters we have in the effect we have added. We can find the same effect in the properties of our layer by clicking on the layer and hitting E. E opens up all effects we have applied to our layer. If I open the effect, I have the same options as in my Effect Controls layer. But the Effect Control layer is a more convenient way to stack up effects, because if we go, for example, to generate and add additional effects like this, we have complete control here on the left side, where here in the Layers panel it would take very much place to edit it, and I would see nothing else than the effects opened, and it would be very hard for me to edit. So I'll close now down the effects by hitting once again E, and I can edit my effects in the Effects panel. One last important thing I wanted to show you here is that the order of the effects is very important. Let me add in another example effect. For example, go to Color Correction and add the Color Balance. I'll switch the color balance of different colors just so it looks a bit different, and I have a heavy blue sky now. I will click on this effect and go towards the top, one effect at a time. As I shift it towards the top, the effect slightly changes. This is because that way, at first we add the color balance and then we show the light sweep. So let me make it as the first effect here. If I would add this effect as the first one, it would change up the other effects because this effect was applied at first to the composition. So the composition had at first its colors corrected and then other effects were applied. If this effect would be the last effect, at first those effects appear and then we change up its color balance at the current state. Effects can be selected and deselected by clicking on this little icon. Let me place them back again, or they can be turned on or turned off here for the entire layer. This is all I wanted to explain you for the basic usage of effects inside of After Effects. Now we can dig in a little deeper in the topic.